everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade, and today we're going to be taking a look at a long trade here on crude oil. Let me get my stop in place now that we just got triggered in. 157 is going to be my stop. We've got 4 contracts there. Now our target's going to be kind of floating, but I know it's going to be around these highs here, 185, so I'll put it up there. And we can adjust it accordingly as we go. Now, the reason I really like this pattern and the way that it's setting up is, well, there's actually quite a few reasons. First of all, crude oil today has just been in one really big sideways range. We've basically just been bouncing back and forth between the highs and lows, and it's actually come in a few stages. We've had smaller little areas of consolidation through here in the morning. They attempted to break out up here and immediately failed down, where it basically just moved into another sideways range, rattled around for a little while, and now it's trying to move its way back up again to the next area up here. So I'm anticipating us to at least go up to this 185 to retest it, just because that's the most recent area of resistance that we've come off of. And typically on those sideways range days, yeah, you may, expand those lows a little bit lower and the highs a little bit higher, but typically you're not going to see that big breakout and continuation on these types of days. So what I'm expecting is that secondary high to come in here, just to go above this little high right here, 185. So we're long here at 168 for contracts. Our stop is going to be down here at 57. So we've got an 11 tick stop, and our target is going to be up here at 17. So we've got a nice reward versus risk on this, about 1.5 to 1 to the upside. Now, the reason I say my target's going to be kind of floating, you'll see this blue line that I have drawn across the highs here. This area has come into support and resistance several times throughout the day. So I want to make sure that we're going to get through that area first before I start saying, okay, well, maybe we are going to go up to these highs up here. If we get stuck up in this range right here, we should see something, some red rejection candles, maybe even a few traps, and a move back to the downside. If that's the case, then we'll get out with whatever we can take. But in this case, we're testing and breaking through that area now. So 175 is being tested. And actually, we're coming into that 185. They might just come all in one swing here. Let's see if they have what it takes to get that 185 filled. Now, because we've blown through that 175 level with such strength, I'm really anticipating us to continue up to make at least a few ticks of a new high, just like we were anticipating before. But, if we start to see this fail and come all the way back down and close as a really big doji, then it might be a good idea just to get out and take what we can get. And there we go. So it just triggered us out, and we got our target filled. So really, really quick trade. I wasn't expecting that to go within a few minutes there. It only took 2 minutes for that trade to fire off. So close that really quick. Just want to open up my data series. And let's show the text to marker. There we go. So taking a look at our entry here, we entered in 168. Not a problem there, bought 4 contracts. Our risk was down here at 11 ticks, just 1 tick below that little bit of a trap low there. Right back up to the highs of this channel that we kind of have forming up here. And this channel is just kind of a rough guess. We had the bottoms down here, but we're trying to anticipate the highs. And whenever you're sideways, obviously this is just more speculation than anything else, but we're probably going to hold these highs relatively well. You might even have to drag it all the way up to here, and then we should start seeing this kind of fall off. But we got that a few tick new high there. Now we just need to see if they're actually going to continue and push this higher, or if they're going to retrace and come back down and retest the downside again and see if they can make a few new lows down here and probably rotate right back up again and do the same thing on both sides. Typical sideways price action day today. But that's going to be the trade for today. Gorgeous trade. We got in here at 168, got out at 185, 17 ticks on 4 contracts. So that gives us a total of 68 ticks, $680 on the trade in only 2 minutes. Relatively quick trade. So that's going to be the trade for today. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade, and don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com. Have a good one. Bye.